This chapter concludes by pointing out the influence of radio in the formation of American culture. And to some extent, that's true, that the development of national radio networks like NBC and CBS played a pivotal role in helping to shape a national culture and a national identity that tended to undermine more distinctive regional identities. And also, radio, I think, played a really pivotal role in shaping the current state of American television, because a lot of the staples of programming that we associate with TV, like game shows and soap operas and news broadcasts, that a lot of that originated in radio and was simply carried over to television. Now, as we end this chapter, it takes us back to a lot of the early debates in government policy in terms of how radio should be regulated. As you'll recall, some of the earliest government acts, like the Radio Act of 1927, the Communication Act of 1934, they argued that radio stations had a requirement to operate in the public interest, convenience, or necessity, and that this requirement to act in the public interest provided the justification for government to regulate radio, to require radio stations to do certain things, like in the past provide programming that presents different points of view, or to make time available for political candidates during an election. Now, I guess the question today is there still a need for government to require that radio stations act in this public interest? Or do we have so many different media outlets with the proliferation of satellite radio, internet radio stations? Can we say that it's not really necessary anymore for government to require radio stations to do these certain things that are in the public interest? Or can we say that radio stations and radio still plays a pivotal, important role in public life, particularly in the lives of local communities, and that some public oversight of radio is still necessary to make sure that radio is a responsible, citizen of the community? And then finally, what really comes through in this chapter is that radio is really moving away from its local character. Radio stations used to have an identity that was really strongly bound up with the city or geographic area where it was located. Radio stations in New York had very much of a New York character. But now, with consolidation in the radio business, radio stations are becoming less local, relying more on national syndicated programming and DJs that sound like they could be from anywhere. So, is that a problem? Is it just a natural evolution in radio towards a more national character? Or are there certain aspects to this move away from localism that we should worry about? Again, something for us to talk about.